Hello everybody, Jayma Malmy here. Today I have a scrapbook layout share for you. I've got 18 and a half layouts, so stay tuned to see what that half is. And I've got 1-page layouts, 2-page layouts, back to school, fall, Christmas, spring, Valentine's Day, all kinds of stuff. I love doing these every few months, and so let's just go ahead and dive in and I'll show you close-ups of each layout. Alright, so this back to school layout is a 1-page layout documenting my kids' school photos from this past year, and I've got this fun notebook paper in the background. I love that. I believe it is still available, so I'll link that. I've got the Moxie alphabet, which is one of my favorite title alphabets and has matching dies on there, and a lot of the Smarty Pants collection from Close to My Heart. I love all the bright colors, but we've balanced it out with a lot of white space as well. There is a process video for that, and I will link that in a playlist down in the description below, along with all of the other layouts that I'm showing you here that have process videos as well, in case you missed them and want to go back and see them. Here's a double page layout I made for Halloween, and I did a lot of hand stitching on here. This was super fun. It was the first time I ever added hand stitching to a layout, and I used my Cricut to create some some grooves with my scoring tool to create that web look. This does have a process video, so I'll add that to the playlist. And here is the other side. I decided where my photos were going to go before I stitched, so that there's no stitching work that took a lot of time behind my photos. But it adds just such a fun texture and dimension without being a lot of dimension to the layout. So this was super fun, and I'll link that process video in that playlist. Here is a Thanksgiving layout, and I've got it in the page protectors because I have some fun flip-flops here on both sides. I've got one here. So I love adding flip-flops to my layouts to create extra journaling spots or just extra spots for photos. We've got the goofy photo from Thanksgiving, and then just the regular photo there. So lots of fun details. I do have a process video for this, which I will link in that playlist. Lots of layering with these beautiful leaves. It was such a fun layout, and I added my favorite way to journal with these journal sticker strips. So be sure to pay attention in the video to these. I love these strips, and if you've caught my videos before, you've seen me use them quite a bit lately. Here's a single page layout that I created. This is from a kit, and I put it together a little differently than the kit called for. There were all of these pretty flowers, and I put some of them up on 3D foam, and then we've got these cute little dots to add some more little visual interest that I added. I also added some extra layers behind the photos because I do like a lot of layers, but you might notice, you probably didn't notice until I'm pointing this out, that these actually are two different scraps that I kind of put together to look like one piece behind there. So don't be afraid to use your scraps to layer up behind your photos. It's a great way to use those scraps, and even if this piece wasn't there and this just ended here, that would look cute too. So great way to use your scraps is kind of just tucking them behind your photos, and the layout I posted earlier this week shows a good example of that, and it's all about layering. We've got another double page layout here. This one was also from a kit. I will link that information down below also. This has a process video, and all of the supplies that I used are listed in that process video, but I'll put some of the key supplies that I used on all these layouts in the description of this video as well. I've also got a flip flap, and in this video I showed how to create a QR code. So if you're not familiar with how to create a QR code, I went through that, and then how I print it and use it on my scrapbooking layouts to add videos to my layouts. So if you're not sure what a QR code is, you just scan it with your phone's camera, and it basically links to a website that you can pull up. So I link it to a unlisted YouTube video that I just put up on my channel as unlisted, and then I can scan it and have the video from this event whenever I want to go back and look at it. So it's a great way to add video to your layouts, and I walked through all of that in this process video. So here is a closer look at some of all these clusters. I added some extra flowers and leaves to this kit. This was a great kit as a starting point, but if you know me, I have to change everything. So I changed it not only to suit my photos, but to suit my style. And you know, it's just fun for me, part of the creative process. Here's another double page layout, and this is actually split into two process videos. I did this video first as a Christmas in July collaboration. We've got some fun stenciling in the background, lots of fun layering. So this has its own process video. And then more recently, I did a video on how to create a companion page to a single layout. So if you want to take a single layout, turn it into a double layout, I shared 5 tips to do that and make sure it looks cohesive. So we've still got that same stenciling back there. I've got lots of fun supporting photos from this Christmas Eve celebration that I was able to add and create this double page layout. So again, this process video, or both of these process videos, will be linked down in that playlist below. Here's another double page layout, and this is actually my 2.5 page layout. This is a layout I created for our exclusive membership. So the video lives in our membership. If you want to watch this, it included different ways to use holographic paper. I did a lot of testing, trial and error. We did like a science lab. It was kind of fun. And here is my half page. So I used this Pocket Plus to add more photos because I had lots of photos from this day at the pumpkin patch and they were so fun. I didn't want to leave any out. Actually, I did leave more out because I took so many. I've got some journaling space here. I need to go back and add my journaling still. But if you are interested in our membership, which dives way deeper into projects and topics than YouTube, it is open for registration now, and I will leave that link down below. But also, the Creative Design team is hosting a free event that starts actually today. You can still go in and join the group, and it's a 2-day event to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of our membership group. So we'll be showing you kind of some ideas of, you know, what we do in our membership, and there will be 7 free classes for you to join in on with challenges and giveaways. So be sure to check that out. I'll have that information linked down below. Okay, here's a single layout that I did fairly recently for some Valentine's photos. And this was actually a video on how to use Christmas paper in a non-Christmas way. So actually all of this paper here in the background are from Christmas kits, and this pink even was to all of this. And then I used this fun mailbox stamp and die set, which is so fun. I will link that below because it has just been It's been really popular, but it's cool because the die cuts this slit in the mailbox too, so you can cut or tuck all the little letters in there. So this was super fun. I will link this down below. Here's another double page layout that is also in page protectors because I've got the flip flaps. I think you guys can tell I love using flip flaps, and they come in all different sizes. So this is the 3x4. Let's get that hair off there. Got a big dog. So this is the 3x4 flip flaps. They also come in 4x6, and they go all the way down to 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 3x4, 4x6, 5x7, and there's even big ones, 6x12, and then I believe there's even 8x12. So you can create big flaps on your layouts. And they're awesome because they can create these fun flips without, damaging your photos. They're not exposed. So let me give you a closer look at this. This is a fairly recent video that I did, and I stamped this background. So my video showed you tips and exactly how I stamped this background. I love that black and white with just little pops of splattered color. And then we added some little dies from the layered flowers die set. Here's a closer look at this side. So, and this is a little journaling tag that pulls out. So you actually have to reach in here to pull it out, but I wanted to have that tucked in and hidden. These are all photos that are special of my husband and I, and so I'm going to journal about each one of these photos. And yeah, so that's that fun layout. We've got that Moxie alphabet again, and this one I actually I popped it up on thin 3D foam, so it's got just a little bit of dimension. I love the thin 3D foam because it adds some dimension to your projects without the bulk. Here is a single page layout that I did recently. It does have a process video which will be linked below, and I used the Fun Flower Shop collection to create these squares in the background. This is a great way to use up scraps if you've got a bunch of different scraps, but I loved using all of the different patterns from the Flower Shop collection because there were a bunch of patterns I wanted to use to draw out the colors in my daughter's shirt and in the photos. So this was a super fun layout to do. I created my own title with a font that I downloaded, and I listed all of that information in the other video. So this was a very fun video, fairly recent, so that will be linked below. Here's another single page layout that is great for using scraps. So if you've got all of those skinny strips that are left over from your projects, this is a great use for them. This is a layout I created recently. It has a process video, and it actually celebrates my 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. My friends and I all scrap lifted my layouts to recreate them, and it was so fun to watch them all create my layouts. So if you missed those videos, they are linked in the Creative Design Team 2023 playlist that's linked down below, which is separate from the playlist that I'm going to have for just the layouts that I'm sharing here. So you can go back and watch all those videos. They're super fun. I love all of these bright colors. Notice that there's lots of white space here. That is a good way to be able to use lots of bright colors, but not be overwhelming and still make sure that your photos are the star of the show. And I gave more tips for that in my video. Last but not least is this single page layout, which is the video I posted earlier this week. And it focused on layering. So I've got a lot of layering behind the photos in die cuts and chipboard pieces, and this video really focused on layering and how to achieve some layering looks if it's something that you struggle with or it's new to you. So I hope that that helps you. If you missed any of these process videos, be sure to check out that playlist down below, as well as the link to the free scrapbooking event that I mentioned so that you can join in on all the fun. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.